Hey everyone, this is Ingrid and I'm back to review Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby van Pelt. Again, if you saw my last post, you'll know I said I like to choose books by their cover, and this was one of those that captivated me in that way as well. The artwork and color on the cover just really captured my attention, and it is actually the reason that I bought the book. I bought this one off Amazon, and I didn't know anything about the story. I just thought the cover was cool, and that was actually what made me buy it. However, I literally fell in love with this story. It is about love, loss, grief, but it is also about healing. And those of you who know me also know I do some therapeutic art. I'm all about healing, through different methods, but art specifically. But this story is also a story about healing. But the main character, of course, is the giant Pacific octopus Marcellus. Again, I have some notes off to the side just so I don't forget to tell you all anything. So I just wanted to let you know that. So if you see me looking off to the side, that's what I'm looking at. So one of the things about the story, of course, is Marcellus. He's a main character. Part of the story is actually told from his perspective. And I literally didn't know anything about octopus before I read this story, but I went on such a deep dive down a rabbit hole. I was looking at different articles, watching other videos, documentaries, and all that kind of thing. And I just found that creature to be absolutely fascinating. I love the parts that are told from his perspective. They really show like the wittiness of the character. He's insightful, profound. Through his eyes, we see human behavior in a completely different way. He understands far more about the humans around him than the humans around him realize. His unique perspective also adds humor and heart to the story. So that's really good. And then what touched me most, of course, is the relationship that develops between Tova, who is the older lady in the story, which I imagine is her, and the octopus. She works at an aquarium. She's just cleaning after hours and dealing with a loss that she's experienced, and really connects with this octopus. There's a genuine affection and a mutual respect that grows between them. Their connection becomes one of the most memorable relationships in the book. Obviously, despite being from entirely different worlds, they see each other, they get each other. Without giving away too much of the story, Marcellus becomes instrumental in unraveling a mystery that has shaped the characters in the story's lives for decades. What could have been a simple story about loss instead becomes a beautiful exploration of how people and sometimes unexpected companions help us find our way back to one another. The novel also explores the idea that family is not always defined by biology. Sometimes family is created through friendships, loyalty, compassion, and shared experiences. The story reminds us that outsiders can become family and that meaningful connections can form in the most unlikely places. I eventually watched the film adaptation, and you just saw me make that face. What is that? The universal face of contempt. Not that I hated the movie, I just was underwhelmed. The book is so much better. And you hear people say that all the time. Oh, the book is so much better than the movie. In this case, I really felt like it was. So if you've only seen the movie, definitely read the book. I used to hear that all the time, and I used to be like, whatever, because I wasn't really into reading back then. But now I totally get why people said that. So if you felt like the movie just, was just okay, I think you'll really love the book. Shelby van Pelt has written a story that is both heartbreaking and hopeful. It definitely made me laugh. It made me cry. It really tugged at my heartstrings, but It left me thinking about the characters really long after I turned the final page, and I've actually recommended this one to several people because I really had that much of a connection with the story. Curious, did you read this one? What did you think? I would love to know your thoughts, and if you guys have any stories that you'd like me to read and review, I would love to know what's on your reading list, and should I add it to my to-be-read list? Or did I also read it? Maybe I've read the same ones you did. I'd love to know what you thought about these. Just a plug, I also have written 2 books. They are available on Amazon. So I will have a list of those at the end of this video, but definitely let me know what your thoughts are about the story. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.